Hello everyone and welcome to the Live Oak Brewery. Terry Miller, the disc golf guy. I'm joined alongside Dave Felberg. I'm going to take just a moment here, Dave, since I'm the newbie at running this whole live stuff. We want to make sure people can see and hear what's going on. As it looks like it's come up, the YouTubes are working, so that's always a good thing. And hopefully, it looks like we got some viewers are climbing on right off the bat. So please, by all means, if there's anything we can do to adjust within reason, go ahead, put it in the comments and let me know. But as usual, Dave, here at the Next Gen Championship night, or the night prior to we crown our champions, I love to catch up with a bunch of our players, some of our promoters, organizers, sponsors, all of that kind of stuff. We're here at Live Oak. We're actually just a few minutes from the airport, so we're gonna occasionally have some visual of the airplanes coming through. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been a long weekend already. I've put them through some grueling courses, pushing daylight, but I wanted them to play championship golf, and that's what they got.
Well, the last few years, and I know I've referenced it a few times in some of the coverage that I've already put out, we've been at Fountain Hills for the last couple of years,
right,
and a very, very different course compared to what they're seeing here this weekend. We're in Texas, and they're playing 3 different courses.
Yeah, they're playing the John Houck design over at Flat Creek, which is always hard. Then they're playing a East Metro, which is the national tour layout, which destroyed everybody but Ricky Wysocki.
Okay.
And then they're headed over to the Mike Olst design at Roy G, which he's a famous designer. So these courses it's challenging. I mean, Patrick Brown is here. He's an example, and he's here all day, and he keeps telling me, these are so hard. I can't believe you're making them play these courses. It's grueling, and they're playing. I like the old Worlds format where you play 4 or 5 rounds to see who the champion is. I could do a 3-round event. I just don't think that's enough golf to crown a champion in a major championship.
I'm a big fan, and I don't want to get too sidetracked, but I'm a big fan of your national tours and your pro tours being 3 rounds. I like our majors to be 4 rounds. I like our worlds or super big events to be 5 rounds plus.
Yeah.
And so you're making someone really earn it.
Yeah.
And we've talked about 99 holes. The champion will be victorious after 99 holes of golf are played over 3 days.
Yeah.
And this is not pitch and putt park style golf by any means.
Right. And I think what's interesting about it is, yes, Kyle Klein's in the lead. He was favored. He's been runner up last year. Mm-hmm. But in the years past, the guy won the car and that was it. So this would have no emotion right now. It'd be like, well, Kyle Klein's winning the car. Sure. But with the payout being $5,000, $3,500, $2,500 down, all the other people are actually playing for something. So it's really still exciting.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. You're still vying for those positions out here because second place, third place, so on and so forth. Like you said, some serious money on the line. 5K for first, right? Second place,
$3,500.
And third place,
$2,500.
Fourth place,
$1,500.
How far are we going to go down?
Fifth place, $1,000.
Okay.
And then, but Advanced Masters. I think there's 18 Advanced Masters here for those who didn't play at home and come. $3,000 for first.
Wow.
And it's $1,500 for second. It keeps going down, so it's not just a top-heavy thing. And women, we have 4 women. And we're paying $1,500 for first.
Holy cow.
So.
Paige Pierce is like, is it too late? Can I get in? I get in?
No, I asked. No woman in Texas has ever been paid $1,500 at a regular tournament.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, speaking of Paige, I see Nate Perkins walking by, Paige Pierce, KJ USA. There's a number of top pros here that have been here supporting. Jay and Des Redding have been here throughout the weekend.
We have
Colt Brack's here, Scott Reek's here.
Lisa.
I mean, we're talking top pros.
Lisa's here. Yeah.
Lisa as well. Lisa Fakis has been out here. Sarah Holcomb was in on a little bit of the demo.
She couldn't make the rest of the weekend due to work, but she's been a big supporter all year. She's Team NG.
Okay, well that's awesome.
And we have Paul Macbeth and Ricky. They're helping us online, but they both had prior arrangements, and Ricky's not feeling well, or he'd be here.
Sure. Well, it's been really incredible to be here. Now, one other quick note before we let you go is we're going to be here next year, and there may be a slight change up in courses or the overall format slightly, but we're here in Texas. Austin again?
I think we do it again. We like to stay somewhere more than 1 year.
Yep.
We can establish ourselves, the community and the companies get involved, and after seeing us for a year, they go, wow, we want to do that next year. And I think that's a big deal for us. If you try to start fresh every year in a new place, it's very difficult, and that's why when the PDJ does Worlds, they have to start with the guy 15 months out because he needs time to build those relationships. We're building them now, so by next year, everything will be better. And I think that that's an important factor.
I totally agree, and I think about that and that's been talked about throughout many years. You and I have played at a similar duration in our sport. There are those host teams that work so incredibly hard. They get all of this energy, all of this emotion, and they could put on either the best or the worst worlds. It doesn't matter, because usually the next year it's done. Right. It's gone. It's out of sight, out of mind. And so having a little bit of that momentum, I love the idea of our biggest events possibly being in a position for 2 or even 3 years before rotating on, because it just gives you something to build on.
Plus, next year you know what you're up against.
Exactly. So it's not a fresh new start every single year. Someone like the Disc Golf Pro Tour also kind of had that model just a few weeks ago. Yeah. They already know that the tour finale is going to be in Charlotte next year.
Guys can be practicing right now.
And guys are not only practicing, but the club already knows what they want to do and get set so that it can be even a better experience.
It gives you a chance to bring spectators out.
It does.
First year you have a hard time with everything you're doing, but then you have all year to think, did you see what happened there? Come on out next year, and you can spend all your effort on bringing out the crowd, because you've already got the player management and the facility management under control.
Yeah, well, it's been pretty incredible. We're going to do as we normally do, is just kind of filter people over toward me. Yep. Hopefully there's not a line 10 or 12 deep like there was last year at one time, but we're just going to kind of check in with players, and this is a cool experience for me, because I don't necessarily know these players that come and sit down either. Yeah. Usually with our top pros, I have a 5 or 10 or 20 year history with them. But some of these people I'm genuinely meeting for the first time, getting a little bit of their story and finding out, what's going on with them for the weekend.
We're keeping you relevant, Terry. You're meeting the next generation.
Somehow or another, dang it, these kids gotta know who the disc golf guy is.
Yeah. And I just want to say to everybody out there, every year we choose you, Terry.
I appreciate that.
Cynthia, we believe that you do great work.
Thank you.
And as long as you we'll always have you be a part of this tour.
Well, I appreciate that.
We feel that you really push the sport in the proper way. So, there's a lot of people that come and go, and they always will. Production companies and podcasts and all those different things. But it's consistency that we're looking for, and loyalty, and we've tried to prove loyalty to you, and we'll always be involved with you and the Disc Golf Guy and Smashbox, and we appreciate all the promotion you've always given us.
Well, I appreciate that. I think back to the very first year when you had actually asked and said, hey, would you be interested in coming to film the finale? Yeah. That took place out in Colorado. Yeah. And I went out there, and to think that, here we are, five iterations later, here we are, still pushing it forward.
Everybody at home, wait till you see what we have for next year. I won't complicate the system, so the point system will stay.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, but what we're bringing to you is going to make you even more excited.
All right, well, sounds good. I think I'm going to let you go. I think we're going to pose. Are we posing for pictures here?
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
This. I think you got Kyle Klein on deck.
Wow, so we're going to start out with the heavy hitter right off the bat. I'm good with that.
All right, well, thanks, Terry, so much. Thanks for supporting us. Everybody out there, our sponsors. We advertise them on the website. Support the people that support disc golf. Keep the dollars in the sport, and we'll grow together.
I say that all the time, my friend. All right, I'm going to grab your mic. Appreciate it. And we're going to make a slight adjustment. Thank you, Dave. We're going to make a slight adjustment, make sure we can try and get the mics. Dave also does usually speak a little quietly, so I'll see if we can make sure we get microphones all adjusted here moving forward. I'm gonna have Kyle sit down. Oh, Kyle, your mom was wondering when you're gonna be on, so I gotta make sure to get this Facebook post out, because I think she said your brothers, maybe multiple.
Probably.
I was in the middle of making a Facebook post, so if everyone could hold on for just a moment. We are live with the Next Gen Disc Golf podcast from the Brewery. So now everybody can make sure. Please take a moment, go out and like and share the post, not only on Facebook, but of course on YouTube as well. And I want to make sure that everybody knows that it's happening. All right. All right. Hopefully your mom finds that. All right. Your dad's here. Your mom. This is a family affair. So welcome to the show. Kyle, you're one of the individuals that I already know. I say this is always a unique experience because there's so many of our competitors here, even though you're one of the youngest ones. There's so many of these competitors that I don't necessarily know ahead of time. But runner-up last year.
Yep.
You're back at it here this year, and today, spoiler alert, everyone, you somewhat distance yourself from the field. I'm going to pull up your stats here for a second. And, well, you're sitting at 33 under, and you have a 12-stroke advantage. Let's back up just 24 hours. After day one, where you had played 2 rounds, you had you weren't even in the lead.
We're tied.
You were tied.
Yeah.
So what happened today?
I knew after, my first round yesterday was a little slower than I wanted it to. I didn't come out as hot as I wanted it to. So I knew in the second round I had to get something going. I knew I was a couple back, so I just tried to go out, be more aggressive. It was only the second round, but
Sure.
I want to put myself in position to be where I am right now. And I know this course I could play it pretty well.
Well, so let's talk a little bit about the courses. Last year, we saw ourselves over there at Fountain Hills.
Yeah.
Couldn't be much different, really, from this course, or could it?
Fountain Hills, there's a lot more treachery with like the water and the out of bounds, but this East Metro there's a lot more natural out of bounds. If you're off the rough by a couple feet, it's pretty much you're taking 1 or 2 strokes to get out. So it plays the same purpose as the water.
I suppose, yeah, it's still definitely punishing out there. Do you feel like today, did you have any other focus, or did you really do anything differently? I know you talked about maybe being a little bit more aggressive, but was there anything else that you felt? Did anything click better or not?
Yeah, I think things really clicked with yesterday's second round and today's second round.
Okay.
I think in the morning I was a little bit cold, not stretched out, not warmed up enough.
Okay. Sounds like a plug for Disc Golf Strong here. Are you in the inner circle yet?
I am not.
You need to be. All right,
Probably.
Seth, we'll get you in that inner circle. We also have to touch on, and unfortunately we didn't get it recorded on a regular camera. Patrick Brown was out there, but an ace yesterday?
Yeah.
Tell everyone about it.
Hole 12 at Flat Creek. It's only 220, 210, somewhere around there. During the first round, I actually hit the basket.
Okay, which is why in the video this time we hear someone say, "Get it this time," or
Yeah.
something like that. Okay.
Yeah, I hit just a couple inches low. So while I was walking up to the tee, I go, all right, let's go 2 for 2 with basket hits, and this one was just lucky enough to go in.
Well, that's pretty awesome. What'd you throw?
Discmania D-line P2.
Okay, so one thing I do want to touch on is, where do you stand right now as we're seeing so many sponsorship conversations take place at very high levels, and some shifting around? Where are you in the world of sponsorship at the moment?
Currently with Discmania, I'm really happy where I am.
Okay.
And Avery Jenkins messaged me about just to review our contract, and I'm gonna stay.
Okay.
That's my
Well,
whole
don't
mindset.
say that right
Well,
now
sorry.
just yet.
Sorry.
Don't say that yet.
Sorry,
I mean,
and
you got to
that's-
hold out a little bit.
Yeah, but
No, that's pretty
I'm
awesome.
just gonna go with what my heart feels.
And that's exactly what you should be doing. How old are you?
17.
17. All right, good. I would have won that bet, because somebody said you were a year younger, and I thought, no. So what are your plans as here you are, knock on wood, you're looking to close out this event tomorrow. What are your plans for your professional disc golf career?
I think what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to start college in the winter semester. I'm going to take probably from March to October to see if I can find my own little mini tour to do, probably around the Midwest. See how many events I can knock out in there.
Okay. And you're not far from me. You're over in Michigan.
Yeah.
And now as we're getting into the winter season, how do you feel about winter golf, playing in the snow, playing in those conditions?
Personally, I don't enjoy playing in the snow.
Okay.
I just think I've tried, I just don't like it. If there's no snow on the ground and it's mildly warm, I'll go out and practice, but if there's snow on the ground, it's just not my thing.
Okay, well now, along with that whole professional career question, you've declined cash.
Yeah.
And you've had a very solid, a very impressive year for sure already. Is tomorrow, is that going to hopefully be your defining moment?
I think so.
I mean,
I've been waiting. I've been holding out and going pro just for this tournament.
Okay.
The whole year. I could have accepted cash numerous times, but I held out just for this.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, how does it feel thinking and 24 hours from now even thinking that Dave Feldberg's trying to write a $5,000 first place check?
Just think about it. I'm smiling like I am right now. Like I've had ever since the video. Like the promotional video for this tournament came out back in April or May. The first time I saw it, I'm like, I'm going to that tournament. I'm going to win.
Okay. Well, you've had
That's
a very
my mindset.
yeah, and that seems to be working out quite well. Any thoughts about the Roy G course before I let you go tomorrow? I mean, that's where you're going to try and close things out. You got 18 holes in the morning, 9 holes in the finals. Any thoughts about it?
I practiced the course enough where I think I know I've got all the shots locked down. It's just about executing, not doing anything crazy, not trying to do too much.
Okay. Any final shout outs for, I don't know, maybe parental figures or supporters that you got?
Yeah, my dad for caddying and being there for me, and all my friends and family back home for being on my side and cheering for me.
All right. Do you get constant messages and
I do.
text and
I
all
do.
those things? What's the funniest text that you've gotten, text or message you've gotten in the last 48 hours? Anything humorous that made you chuckle when you're like, ah, and then you had to.
I did get a text from Silas Schultz, the winner of last year.
Yep.
He didn't say anything funny. I just thought of the school of him to reach out. He's following.
Absolutely. Well, very cool. Well, hopefully Silas has been paying attention and watching along as you just said. So, all right. Well, we're going to let you go. Don't get too rowdy here at the brewery
I will
tonight.
not.
But good luck tomorrow.
Thank
We'll see
you.
you out there. All right. Thank you. All right. Wow. I'm literally staring at a wall of gentlemen. Come on in, and we're going to do our best here.
Oh, do I need the headphones?
If you want to look cool.
I want
there
to
you go.
look cool.
You're not going to hear anything in them.
Oh, yeah.
That's our little secret.
I look so
we couldn't
cool.
get that quite going the way I wanted to, so hopefully we're going to get this on here just fine for you.
Cool.
And don't be afraid to speak up.
Speak
what we
up.
like to say.
I'm very good at being loud. So
All right, so I don't think we formally met.
Jonathan.
Jonathan. All right, Jonathan, thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
First thing, as I love to do, I can go right to it.
Perfect.
Maybe it's fitting. You're coming in as the second guest. It looks like you're the guy closest to that youngster.
Coming in second was Casey's idea, so
Okay.
the third place. He said we should just might as well go in order since we were right here.
All right,
so.
all right. So there may not be any surprises here for you guys. But Jonathan, tell us a little bit about your next gen experience that's brought you here to the championships.
So I'm from Dallas, so I'm like 3.5 hours north of here.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just didn't expect to necessarily be where I'm at, but I knew it was possible, and apart from Kyle just lighting it up every round, it's been a good time. I'm happy with where I'm at.
All right. So right now you're sitting 21 under par. Again, you're 12 strokes off of Kyle's. You're rated
Just 12.
just 12. It's a cool dozen, as a buddy of mine would say. You're rated 981, but really the number that's jumping off the page at me here as I'm looking, you've played 1007, 1057, 991, and 976 golf, but your PDGA number is 101390.
That is correct.
When did you sign up?
2 years and 1 month ago. 2 years and a month.
All right, 2 years and a month ago. Was that at a special tournament that maybe a friend ran or something?
So that was basically when I started. I transitioned from playing Ultimate Frisbee for the past 9 years.
Okay.
About 3 months or so before that.
Wow.
And so I've only been playing, like legitimately playing disc golf for about almost 2.5 years, coming up on 2.5 years.
So clearly so many of those Frisbee skills are definitely translating, because you shot a 1057 rated round yesterday, and most people that have been playing for 2 years or sometimes 22 years never shoot a 1057 rated round. So do you have a tremendous forehand? You really good putter? What is it?
I threw a few forehands. It felt like I could not miss a putt yesterday, which was
That's a good
nice.
feeling.
I only missed one on 17. Still a little salty about it. But no, everything felt like it was clicking. I was hitting the gaps I wanted to hit. I had what, like 6 pars? No, it felt good. It was nice.
Clearly that's translated. So I won't call it a home course advantage, but there's plenty of people from out of Texas
correct,
that are
yeah.
here. So are you familiar with the courses? Do you feel like...
So I came down last Sunday,
Okay.
and I played Maynard and
Okay.
Roy G.
Okay.
I didn't play Flat Creek till Thursday, and it was raining. So, but which was fitting because it was
Sure,
raining
it was raining,
the
yeah,
first
during your
round,
first
kind
round.
of. But no, I mean, advantage. I'm familiar with the elevation, unlike a lot of the Colorado guys I'm staying with. So I didn't have to make that transition. But no, basically, I feel like I came into it as most of the other people did, and just have performed, I guess. It's been nice.
Yeah, so a very valid question that you'll be weighing maybe tomorrow or maybe you won't be. If you find yourself in those top few spots, we're talking about 1,500, 2,500, 3,500. We're talking about a serious check to be written. Do you have any hesitations about becoming then a professional at that point?
Nope, taking the cash,
Yeah,
regardless.
okay,
Yep,
okay.
100%.
Okay, well that makes perfect sense. I mean, those are paychecks that most amateurs aren't necessarily ever presented with. So
Absolutely.
it might make things maybe a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And we're hearing a little bit of
I
an
don't know what's
announcement
going on over there.
I'm not. People will clap.
Two of the youngins battling out for putts.
Okay. So last question then is tomorrow. Any specific game plan over at Roy G?
Don't chase Kyle because he's going to throw ridiculous shots and is 12 strokes ahead. Stay ahead of Casey.
Oh, okay. I see. And with that, you're sitting 4 ahead of him.
Yeah, I was sitting a lot more than that ahead of him in the beginning of the day.
Okay.
We saw what happened there.
Okay. Yeah, we see that just between the two of you in that final round, there was a 5-stroke swing in his advantage, to his advantage. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, he crushed it second round, man.
Okay. And then rounding out, we're going to have Jake as well. Is Jake here?
I can go find him.
Well, I was just wondering if. All right, Jonathan, it's been a pleasure.
Awesome, thank you.
Have fun tomorrow. Stay within yourself. I like your game plan. I think that's a really safe way to go about it. If Kyle somehow gives it away,
we'll see.
great.
That's up to him.
Be right there to sweep it up. But otherwise, I think continuing on your game plan, I'm going after that second place spot. Sounds pretty smart.
Awesome.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Good
Thank
luck
you.
tomorrow. All right, we're gonna grab that from you, and you're all good to go. Appreciate it. Yeah. All right, Jonathan. And now we're gonna keep this show rolling. I need you guys to just please let me know that the audio. Come on in, Casey. That the audio is good and legit on everyone. I'm gonna do my best to monitor that. I'm just gonna throw this right in the middle on you.
Right there, LSU, national champions.
All right.
This is 07. I'm going to have a new one in a few months.
Okay. All right, Casey, we're officially, I would say, meeting. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Good. So where are you out of? As I'm looking at pulling up your stats. You're in third right now. We were just talking about, but where are you out of?
I'm at Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
I drove over about a 7-hour drive.
okay. And when did you come over?
We came over on Wednesday.
Okay. So one thing I think I mentioned your name the other night as we were talking on our podcast about where we think people could shake out, what the numbers say, and we say you certainly got to go play.
Mm-hmm.
The tournament isn't won or lost on paper, but
Yep.
your 992 rating is very impressive as it's the second highest rating. But the number that jumped out at me was you have the third lowest PDGA number here.
Yeah.
So give us a little backstory. I mean, 29,737.
Yeah.
That's a while ago.
Yeah.
So give us a little backstory about your disc golf history.
So I've pretty much been playing disc golf my whole life. I had an uncle who was playing before I was born, so as long as I was old enough to talk, I was out on the course playing. But I really only played maybe like once or twice a year until I finished high school,
Okay.
which was in 2005.
Yep.
So about 15 years I've been playing pretty consistently, competitively. Came up mostly on the Southern National Tour.
Yep.
So didn't play a lot of PDGA events for quite a while. We didn't have too many PDGA. That's kind of changed the last 4 or 5 years.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, did pretty well in intermediate and advanced, like 05 to 08. And I played a lot of Open in Southern Nationals and even played some Open in PDGA for quite a while. But the last couple years I've kind of focused more on the A-tier and national major
Sure.
amateur events, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, well,
competing against all these young kids.
yeah, I was gonna say, and how old are you?
I'm 32. I'll be 33 in April.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
so-
I still got you by a few years, but
Yeah.
so tomorrow we're gonna go into the finals, and you're looking at 18 holes at Roy G, and then a 9-hole finals, assuming you make it there.
Yeah.
We just heard, kind of the game plan there a moment ago by Jonathan.
Yep.
And he kind of threw out a little jab that he was trying to stay ahead of you.
Yeah.
But what is your positioning? And before you answer that, I'll say you are 4 behind second, but
Yep.
6 ahead of fourth. So what's your game plan? Is it all or nothing?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I'm barring something abnormal. I don't think Kyle is going to lose first. So, I mean,
Sure.
I tend to play a somewhat conservative game.
Okay.
I mean, if it's not there, I don't really go for it.
Okay. That sounds smart.
A lot of times you can move up the standings just by letting other people make bad scores. You don't always have to make good ones.
You're exactly right.
But,
I like that.
Yeah, I don't really. I probably won't. I'll probably just go into tomorrow trying to shoot my best personally.
Okay.
Like, I won't really look. I mean, 6 and 4. Those are pretty big margins.
Yep.
I think if I just play well, the standings will take care of themselves. So,
Okay.
Roy G's a tough course. I would like to shoot even.
Okay, and that says a lot. When we're talking about how challenging it's been out here and what everyone's been shooting so far, and we've seen some really impressive scores, over the last 4 rounds. So to have, that kind of in the back of your head, the idea of even, that should tell everyone at home just how tough things are out there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Flat Creek was gettable, but the conditions were pretty
Less than.
bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 40 degrees and raining and windy. Pretty much any course can be tough in that.
And not fun to play.
Yeah, it was a grind. But then East Metro today, I pretty much had the same mentality. I just wanted to shoot even there, which I didn't the first round. I think only 3 people maybe shot under par from the
Okay.
longs. It's really tough. I mean, the rough there is pretty unforgiving. A lot of cactus, a lot of bushes, and not a lot of. Like I was talking about the conservative play, there aren't a lot of conservative plays on a lot of the holes out there. It's just you better throw a long straight shot into the fairway.
Yeah, well, and that's exactly what you're speaking of. Now today, we'll touch on this because we haven't yet. There was a little change up in the game plan today. Everyone started, everyone in the MPO, so to speak, started on the long tees. You mentioned a moment ago, Kyle did shoot a 60. Mitchell Ramirez shot a 62. Steven DeRochi shot a 62, and then Dustin Phillips a 63. So there were only 3 scores and 4 people that were under par, as you just mentioned.
Okay.
So that says how tough things were out there. But because things went so long during that first round, which may have even pushed 5 hours for some groups, or longer, they sent you to the short tees. You had to go to the short tees to try and beat the daylight. I'll ask if that was a good move. I think I already know the answer.
I mean,
but
it was
necessary.
necessary.
It was necessary.
Because we still only beat it by a few minutes.
Exactly. So I guess the real question that's buried there is, how much did that affect you? I mean, you knew the longs, you played the longs, you were expecting to play the longs, then you moved to the shorts.
Typically I would call it not ideal to play a layout that you haven't practiced, but I think I'm pretty adept at playing new layouts. I've played a lot of courses, all over the country, so I'm pretty good at seeing a hole for the first time and knowing the best way to play it and doing it right there on the first attempt. And really, most of these players throw really far. And I don't really consider myself a weak player, but I don't throw 500 or 550, so it could have been an advantage the second round, just the shortening of the length.
Sure.
It could have helped me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and what I would go back to personally is, we talked about how long you've been playing. I mean, you've been playing longer than a few of these kids have been alive.
Yeah.
And right there, that inherently should give you just a tiny bit of an advantage because you have a little bit more experience of playing overall, and you think, okay, I can just adapt. I've seen more courses probably. I have a little bit more experience. I can adapt maybe a little better than some of these newer players. So, Well, and then
Yeah.
so ultimately you went out there. You did beat the daylight just barely, as you said. Then you had the second hottest round of the day. Only that Kyle kid,
Yeah.
besting you by 2. But how did that feel?
I got in a pretty good groove, pretty good zone, and really, sometimes having a game plan kind of works to a disadvantage.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
we went out there on the new layout that I wasn't familiar, and I really just had more of the mindset, just throw each shot the best I could throw it, play each hole the best I could throw it. Whereas sometimes if you know the whole course, you're thinking of a number and how
Yep,
to get to this
yep,
number.
yep. And then when it goes awry, then it starts kind of messing with you.
So I just attacked and tried to stay focused. I mean, playing sunrise to sunset is a pretty big mental grind, so just tried to stay focused in mentally till the end of the day.
You played probably somewhere between 9 and 10 hours of golf today.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 hours first round, 4 plus the second round. So somewhere between 9 and 10 hours. What will you do to, we're pushing 9:30
Yeah.
Central Time right now. What are you going to do between now and tee off in 12 hours or so?
Go take a shower and go to bed.
All right.
But
all
I
right.
do a lot of probably a difference between me and a lot of the younger players. I do a lot of stretching
Okay.
and different type of calisthenic stuff in the morning
Okay.
to roll my muscles
Yep,
out. And
I like it.
Try to get ready to play.
Yeah.
I don't just roll out of bed and go play anymore.
Well, Kyle said that earlier. He said, well, maybe, these 2 morning rounds, I wasn't fully stretched or fully warmed up. And maybe that was, why he wasn't quite dialed in yet as he got, there in the afternoon each day. So.
Yep.
All right. Anything you'd like to say to the world? Any family, friends, supporters, somebody that might be watching, potential sponsors? Anything you need to say out there?
I'm not currently sponsored, but
Okay.
it's something I could be open to if the right situation came about. Other than that, thanks for all the support for everyone in Baton Rouge, and go Tigers! Way to beat Alabama, Matty O.
Roll Tide, I think, as Maddie would say. All right. First of all,
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow. I'm going to grab the mic from you, and you are all good to go. Thank you so much, man.
All right. Thank
have
you.
Have a good night. Good luck tomorrow. All right, guys. We're going to keep things rolling. This guy. How are we doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Let me pull up the board. You can go ahead and throw those on. So we've heard a little bit of the Schultz conversation out there. How are you feeling?
I mean,
Let me just adjust
Okay.
this slightly for you. You're good.
okay. I mean, it's kind of hard to live up to Silas's standards. it's a pretty high bar. It's hard to keep up with it. Just haven't really been playing to my potential, but I mean, not too worried about it.
As you shouldn't be. All right, so right now we're here, of course, joined by Simeon Schultz. I'm looking at your rating, and you just talked about potential, so that was
Yeah.
something that I wanted to jump on. You're rated 950. You opened with a 964, then a 932, a 942, and a 959. I'm not a math whiz, but you're probably playing right around what
Yeah.
you're rated at least. What do you feel about either the courses or the format? Is there anything that has been in your favor or not in your favor here?
Probably Flat Creek is what we played first, and I mean, this is not really my kind of course. It was kind of open,
Okay.
and just not a whole lot of OB, kind of just open birdie holes. And it was very cold, and I'm from Louisiana. I'm used to like 100 degrees and like
And some humidity?
Yes, lots of humidity. And so I was not like mentally prepared for like 40-degree rain the first round. Like it was so, and that mixed with the course, just I didn't really perform to my potential. And this course that we played today, it's pretty much just like if you get off the fairway, it's an automatic bogey.
Yeah.
And I played better the second round. I mean,
Yeah, well, and
tough.
when you talk about getting off the fairway, being a bogey, you might also get a cactus in the leg.
Oh, yeah,
or,
for sure,
or a,
for
a
sure.
really sharp stick in the eye. You could easily lose an eye out here.
You just get like tore up if you go looking for someone's disc. Like
Yes, punishing.
Yes.
Very punishing in a lot of ways. All right, so we've talked about a few of the young guns out here. Of course, Kyle performing very well.
Kyle's
We've seen
the
your
man.
brother out here.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of really young superstars. You yourself are
14.
14 years old.
Yeah.
Is there a confirmation? Are you the youngest maybe here?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I think actually you're about to interview someone who's younger than me.
Okay.
So I'm like 14 and like a half, and I think a guy who's in 4th just turned 14.
Holy cow. Okay.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
Spoiler
Well then,
alert.
spoiler alert, as you say. I appreciate that. Okay. Well, yeah, we're looking at Jake also in the top 4. Mitchell, Joe. So
Yeah.
okay. Who is it? Who's the other young gun? Do you know?
I think Jake.
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 Okay.
Not
I
sure.
apologize. I do not know Jake. So
It's okay.
hopefully, if we can, we'll be able to catch up with him at some point. He might be in bed. It's 9:30. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, he's in the putting
okay.
competition.
Yeah.
We're hearing, probably performing well, if I had to guess.
I mean, he's playing against Kyle Klein. And he hasn't lost yet, so
Okay.
he's got to be doing well.
Okay, so there's obviously been a lot of conversation as the next gen has changed up formats throughout the years. Cars being given away, and then the Soul, and then the Jeep with your brother.
Yeah.
How do you feel as we move into this, just straight up cash payout format?
I feel like it's probably better because it forces amateurs to move up.
Sure.
Because Silas didn't even have to move up after he won the car. So
Okay.
I mean, if you're winning next gen like Kyle, you probably should move up anyways. You're 1,000 rated. There's no point in staying AM any longer. So I feel like if you're at the top, you might as well just move up anyways. So it's just forcing you to do that.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Now, a sizable check, and I think that's what Dave was talking about, is he kind of worried, in years past, that if somebody does, we'll say, pull away from the field and then walks home with it, they've got the car and then everyone else, doesn't feel like they have as much to play for. But this year, not the case.
Yeah, no, they're playing for cash.
Yeah.
It's a whole different mindset.
So, do you know how far down the cash line is for tomorrow? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we're just going to
Yeah.
make up a story,
Okay.
and you're sitting in 30th now.
Yeah,
Let's say you get
30th.
to 20th. We're just going to
Okay.
make up a number.
Played a pretty good round.
You get to 20th. I'm going to say $250 is offered to you. Is that a position where you accept cash?
I'm not sure. It's gonna be a hard decision. I had my mind made up, and now I was like, if it's over 500, then I'm gonna take it. But
Okay.
now I'm not.
But if it's less, then you're going to think about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough decision. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Speaking of tough decisions, did your brother ever sell his car?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Okay. Well, did it go to a disc golfer?
No, it went to CarMax.
Okay, CarMax.
Yeah.
CarMax. We could still talk sponsorship here.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you guys shout outs. All right, so you are the definition of a frisbee family or a disc golf family. Do you have other? Who else? Is anyone else here this year? Mom, dad, siblings, brothers?
No, I just went with Casey Cox, who you just
Yep.
interviewed.
Okay.
So he's from Baton Rouge, and we just drove up.
Okay.
Right now. Yeah.
All right. It doesn't feel right not having 19 of you
Yeah,
or 33 of
yeah.
you here.
Not quite 33. But
That's what it feels like. You guys are
Yeah.
you're your own tournament. All you have to do is just show up somewhere, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, we could run a C-tier today.
yeah, basically.
Give us, before I let you go, give us some plans for 2020.
Well, I'm sponsored by Discmania, so I'm probably depending on how I finish here, either advanced or pro. I mean, I'm probably, if I don't move up at next gen, I'm probably gonna go Junior Worlds.
Okay.
Try to do good
Junior
there.
Worlds in Emporia.
Yeah.
Yep, the final year there. Okay.
Yeah, and then just local tournaments.
Okay. But you see yourself will you see yourself kind of playing in a number of those divisions? I mean, you just said Junior Worlds. Will you then play advanced anywhere or pro at other places or?
Yeah, I mean, we don't really play like super big tournaments unless they're like gigantic like Worlds
Sure.
or Next Gen or stuff like that. So.
Okay. So you'll just you'll feel it out and dabble.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
Well,
see how it
I'll
goes.
tell you what I told Kyle before. Don't just go telling Avery and Discmania you're already on board. You need to hold out.
Yep.
Big contract extension. Make it right.
Yep,
I don't
definitely,
know. Do
for
something
sure.
like that. All right,
Something
man.
like
We're gonna let you go. I
Yeah.
appreciate. Anything you want to say
It's
to
a pleasure.
the world, the family, anyone?
Just hi to my family and just throw Discmania.
All right, there you go. You got it.
Okay.
Grab that from you. All good. Appreciate it. All right. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow. All right, Dom, you coming in and having a seat with us? All right. We're going to keep things rolling. I'm going to see if I can pull you up. We talked about.
I'm bringing up the 14-year-old kid in fourth.
Yeah, whenever you're ready. Dave doing a little off-site directing here. I'm going to throw this on you. Did we talk last year here? Or last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago is what it
yes.
was. All right. All right. And the internets will let us know that the audio is good. It should be. All right. Let me.
Oh, I can't hear anything in here.
No, you can't.
Oh, okay.
You just look cool.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, all good. Thank you. All right. Shout out Scott Reek helping out here, and my roommate. He claims he doesn't snore, but he does. All right. So Dominic joining us, rated 953. Let's take a look at some stats, and all but one round above your rating.
yeah.
You can't complain about that, can you?
Yeah, these courses are tough, man. I don't play in the woods much.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm a Kansas boy. I've been there. Do I need this on?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've been there. I just now started traveling. Like, I went to
Okay.
Pennsylvania a couple months ago. Man,
Okay.
those courses are unlike anything I've ever seen. Like, you're talking a 280-foot hole, like almost a 45-degree straight uphill. Like, I've never seen anything like
With
that.
probably woods both sides
Yeah, I was
lining
like,
it.
oh, that's easy. You know, you're gonna throw a mid-range, or no, you're gonna throw a fairway or a driver. That golf was insane. And this is kind of similar, especially
Sure.
the course today. You know,
Yeah.
this course was tough. As you can tell, the score separations were huge.
Yeah, they're out there, and not necessarily as much in terms of elevation out here,
Mm-hmm.
although there is some, and we saw a little bit at the winery yesterday. But there's distance, and then few people have said it tonight. You get off the fairway, and you're hurting physically and metaphorically. Like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
hurting.
Thorns, cactuses, you know what I mean? I think I had ants on me at one point.
Yes,
like,
I saw some of those out there.
sticky mud.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little bit of kind of a clay, that might stick with you as well.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we move into Roy G, and I guess my question about that is, with 3 courses being played this year, how did you prep yourself to look at those 3 courses? Did you see them all? Did you practice
video.
them all?
Video. You know, I mean,
Okay.
I was learning vicariously through, what was it, Ricky and
Yep.
those guys that played in, what was it, 2014, I believe, the
Something
video.
like that. Yep. When the
From, like-
NT was here.
Mm-hmm. From
Okay.
Flat Creek and Roy G. I mean, I knew what Roy G was going to be like coming into it.
Okay.
In my opinion, I feel like it's kind of like a mini Harmony Bends.
Sure. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sure
Yeah.
you've been there.
Yep. Familiar. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. As you're sitting right now, I'm going to do another resort. It looks like 19th place overall, and we have a field in the 70s? Is that what we have? Almost 70 competitors, but 19th place. Have you thought about that idea of if I cash, if I'm going to accept, what kind of money it is, how your amateur career versus a professional career? What's going through your mind?
My goal when I first came here was to get top 10.
Okay.
Cash payouts are good. I've had to decline cash before. I played the Keeper of the Chains in Wichita.
Okay.
And I took 4th. I actually had to turn down $400 cash.
Okay.
And that was an A tier.
And
So-
is that because means you get nothing?
which means I couldn't get anything. I didn't know that at the time. This is my first ever pro tournament.
Okay.
Now I'm like competing with like Ron Converse,
Yep.
Brian Shindaku, my cousin Nate Alton, some guys that are just really salty in the area. And I was like, okay, I'm doing well. And then, here I am thinking I'm going to get a little bit of cash money or something like in store credit.
Yeah.
Nope.
No,
none
not
of
at
that.
an A tier.
But yeah, I'm glad they did a B tier this year.
Okay,
For
yep.
that reason.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it's important to get the actual amateurs that are gonna be professionals. You know what I mean? Somebody of the caliber like Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle's he's a phenomenal person, phenomenal disc golfer. I feel like him cashing is just going to take him to the next level. Going to
Yeah.
want more. He's going to be more hungry. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah, and he's talking about a sizable check, and
Yeah.
then like I said, with some other people, there it might have that, still that tease of, well, okay, I've got $72 offered in front of me. Do I want to take it? Do I
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
I think that's going to give some people that opportunity to then make a decision.
Yeah,
at that
definitely.
point.
But I feel like I think if I take some sizable amount of cash, yeah, I'll
Okay.
definitely accept it. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you talk about how different the courses are from where you come from in Kansas, Emporia.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you came here, was there anything you did back in Emporia, I should say, besides watching the video to get yourself ready? Did you go out to Peter Pan and try and throw through those trees?
I threw putter shots. I threw
Okay.
mid ranges. I went to Hammond Park and just literally took 5
Sure.
discs. You know what I mean? Just try to hit each gap hard because I knew here you'd have to stay in the gap and throw it hard. Like you heard all the other guys. They're like,
Yep.
you don't want to go left, you don't want to go right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to get down the fairway, but you're going to get down the fairway in some cactuses. you
Yeah,
know?
I was gonna say fairway. If you want to take pardon the pun, a page out of the Page Bjerka's book, throwing that putter dead center fairway is just a full-blown premium here.
Yeah.
Maybe more than anywhere else. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
I
crucial.
can see that. So now that you've been at this event a couple times, you're of course familiar with the glass blown. When you think about big events, what is something that gets you excited about going to either play or participate or make sure that you put some event on your calendar? What is it about them?
Honestly, for tournaments, I look for like buddies.
Okay.
I'll reach out to buddies, but hey, man, you want to hit this tournament up? And yeah, they may not be in the same state, but I know they travel. Like my buddy Jake Spencer, he's from Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I met him at the Next Gen 2 years ago.
Yep.
I see him everywhere. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I saw him in Am Worlds. I literally see him from one side of the U.S. to the other. So, like a lot of the times, man, I just look for where the competition's kind of going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I like that, and that's something that's I think gets so many of us. Maybe you don't recognize it when you get involved with disc golf like day one, but once you've played for a year and you've played in a couple of tournaments, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to see that guy and that guy and that
Yeah.
guy. Like you see these people literally all around the country, and we have this amazing bond because you played with somebody on this card in the worst raining conditions ever, and like it's something you'll never forget. And then next thing you know, you're on the other side of the country playing another event with them.
and a different weather too, you know.
Exactly.
Am Worlds was stupid hot.
Yep.
Like it was 105, and first round here, it was cold, you know.
Yeah.
2 different totally ball games. Jake
Yeah.
and I were talking about that for a while.
Were you, Jake, coming out of Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
I think of him as opposed to like a Simeon who we just talked to, said he wasn't prepared for that. Were you physically prepared? You're used to some adverse weather. Did you
Man.
have all the gear, all the things you needed?
I'm pretty sure I was pretty packed. Brought the umbrella, brought the raincoat, brought extra socks.
Okay.
I even brought extra shoes on the course. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you had everything.
I was prepared. Yeah.
That sounds like a veteran move.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Been in the game for a little bit.
If you were to give outside of that, because that's an easy one, I just set you up for it. So outside of preparedness, what's another pro tip when you're talking about playing tournaments or traveling? What's another good pro tip for everyone out there? Anything that you feel like you've learned, like, you know what, I'm smarter than I was last year because I do this, or I think of this, or I bring this. Is there anything
Off the
that
top of the head,
anything
me
that
think.
stands out? You think of
making sure meat's cooked. You know what I mean? You don't want to get food poisoning. Do not want to get food poisoning.
that's legit.
You know what I mean? Make
Yeah.
sure you're you want a steak or something. Make sure it's medium. You know, a
Okay.
little bit medium done. I only say that because I've been on a disc golf trip and I've eaten I'm pretty sure some bad pizza or some bad meat or something.
Okay.
And man, it was not good. You
No,
know what I mean?
I mean, you're talking about how you're feeling, but then you're talking about potentially taking yourself out of your element or taking yourself entirely out of the event. Did you have to withdraw?
No, I kind of just powered through, and I was
Yeah.
like, man, I'm just going to try to shoot par today, you know what I mean? Don't
Sure.
do anything too big you're going to regret later.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
sure.
So,
Okay, that's not one I would have thought of, but it's so dead on. It's exactly that. Like,
we gotta
you know,
eat.
and some people will talk about, you know, prepping your body, and you know, obviously that's the fuel you're going to use for the next day or two, and taking it even to that level of making sure, hey, you know, maybe your ritual is a burger every Friday night before the tournament. That's great. Make sure that it's a legit burger. Okay, I like that. All right, anything you want to share with the rest of the world before I let you go? Get out of
I
here.
just want to give a shout out. I want to thank my family, especially my girlfriend Inez. Thank you for letting me come here and you know, perform. Even though I'm not doing so hot right now, but tomorrow it's moving day, man. We're gonna do what we can.
Yeah, you can.
And
Going for broke tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Man, that's pretty much it. Just want to say thank you to everybody that's been, you know, on me with this adventure, and just want to say what's up to everyone at home.
All right, Dominic, sounds good, man. Good to talk to you again. Good luck tomorrow. We
Good to see you
appreciate
there.
it. Let's go out and enjoy some better weather.
Oh, I know, man.
All right, so there we have it. I'm not sure if we've got, it looks like we've got next gentleman coming up. It looks like they're slowly shutting a few things down, but we're going to keep the party rolling. All right. Jake?
Yes.
Jake, nice to meet you. I'm Terry. I'm going to throw this on you real quick.
Yep.
And Jake, where are you from, man?
I'm from Greenville, South Carolina.
Greenville, and you're sporting a pair of shorts and a short sleeve shirt. Are you cold?
No, I mean I was just doing the putting competitions.
Okay. So we talked about you a little bit already. I've pulled up your stuff. You're sitting right now in 4th place. You're 11 under. You've got very, very close competitors right behind you at 10. There's a bunch of them at 9 and 8 and so forth. But 11 under, and today you shot 991 and 1021 golf. That's got to feel good.
It felt. I mean, the last round, I bogeyed the last hole to
What?
go down to 10. Yeah.
Come on.
Hit the band, rolled OB. So it's disc golf.
Yeah, we'll yell at somebody for that. Okay, well, I'm going to follow that up, though, and quickly say you improved from round 1 to round 2, 40 points. Round 2 to 3, just 5 points. And then 3 to 4, another 30 points. Am I doing math right there? Holy cow, another. That means you're on pace for a 1051 and a 1081 tomorrow.
That would be awesome.
I mean, that's no problem. You got that, right? All right. So I don't believe we've ever spoken before. Give us a little bit of your story. You're how old?
I'm 14.
14 years old. You're currently rated 953, playing way above that, as we talked about. Give us a little bit of your disc golf background, though.
Well, I started in 4th grade by playing. We're in indoor recess.
Okay.
Friend brought like the little badminton you can get at like Dave & Buster's and stuff.
Yep.
And we just play around the room. And we went back to my house and we set up 4 little soccer goals. We played with ultimate or football or basketball or whatever. And then my dad had old discs, so we started playing that way.
Wow. So your dad had actual golf discs.
Yeah.
And then why did he put down? Did he just?
He played in college and then just stopped playing.
Okay. And then did he go out and go out with you and
He plays now.
Okay, yeah. So he's out there playing with you.
He's not very good, but he plays now.
Ouch. Okay, well, we don't have to talk about that. Well, so I will follow that up, though, and say, is there something you learned to do or not to do from him?
Learned his putting isn't very good, so
Okay.
I've learned to work on my putt. But I've learned from him to keep my mind straight and not get super angry.
Okay.
He's super chill during tournaments. So
He is?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a really great trait to then pick up. What is it? Give someone a tip right now. It's as to how you keep yourself. Do you try to erase that shot, or what do you do to keep your mind even keel?
I mean, I just go out because it's fun to have the opportunity to play disc golf.
Okay.
For especially a tournament like this. So just go out and have fun, enjoy the moment.
I'm guessing you missed school today.
I missed
or
school
yesterday.
Wednesday and Thursday,
Wednesday,
and Friday,
Thursday,
and I'm missing Monday. 'Cause I
Friday,
have to fly
Monday.
back tomorrow.
Okay. So, what has that been like? I mean, it's one thing I think for anyone to miss school. There's a lot of different reasons to do it, but you're doing it to compete for a serious check at presumably a sport you love. How do your classmates relate to that? Do they?
They still think it's like they think I should be playing a different sport. They don't really think it's a sport.
Really?
Which makes me mad a lot, but until they play it, they don't really know how hard it is.
So that first question then is, assuming you get yourself a four-figure check offered, will you accept it?
No.
Wow.
I'm not.
Okay.
No.
Why is that?
Well, I want to play more in advanced, and I want to play this tournament next year. So
Okay.
That's one big reason.
Okay. What have you been playing? As I take a look, your PDGA number is 98722. But what have you been playing this year?
Well, all over the place.
Yeah.
I switched up to advanced at the end of the summer, and I've been, other than that first 10th place at the beginning of the summer, it's been pretty good.
Yeah. It looks like you've been finishing in the top three or four at almost every single event except for the one at Crooked Creek. We don't have to talk about that one,
No.
but you made the jump from intermediate, where you had won a handful of events, and then you made that jump, like you're saying, up to advanced.
Yes.
And how do you balance your teenage life, your school life, and your disc golf life? Where's the balance there? Is there a balance, or is it just all way
It's
in
more
one
weight to
direction?
disc golf, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's great having a study hall in school, so I can get everything done there and go home and play disc golf.
Okay. How close are you? What's your closest course, and how often do you get over there to play?
I live there's 4 courses that make a square around my house. I 7 miles away, so I play Tiger River the most.
Okay.
It's a good little longer course.
So you got plenty of options, though.
Wooded open course, yeah.
What would you say, since I haven't seen you play yet, I'll see you tomorrow, but what is your strong suit there out on the course? You talked about your mental game, but physically, what are some of your strong suits out on the course?
My backhands are usually the best, but a couple weekends, 2 weekends ago, at one of a tournament, Newberry, I was throwing a forehand and I messed up right here, so I couldn't play for the whole week before last weekend. So.
A little nervous thinking ahead to this event? Were you a little bit nervous about your?
Yeah, it was. I didn't really care about that event as much as I cared about this event.
Sure.
But it ended up working out fine.
Okay.
My putting, I just figured out how to putt last round. My putting was a complete 180 from what it just was.
Okay.
So today and just now.
Well, I mean, as we said, you keep building on those ratings and you keep having better, and maybe you were getting a little bit more dialed in. Tomorrow, Roy G course? Roy G course, sorry. Any quick thoughts on that?
I've never seen the course.
Never seen it. All right. Going in blind.
Yes.
Are you nervous at all?
Just gotta have some fun.
You just see the shot, throw the shot,
Yeah.
make a putt. It's pretty easy. Sponsorship, are you being courted? Is there someone you're talking to? Or are you on any kind of teams right now?
I'm sponsored by Down South Disc, a local store.
Okay. And then you've got to have not bigger, that's not the right word, probably a manufacturer sponsor in mind at some point, or no?
Not yet. I want one, but not yet.
Okay,
Nobody's
so
seen it
I'll
yet.
reword it slightly.
Yeah.
What are some of your go-to discs right now?
I throw mostly Discraft.
Okay.
A lot of Paul Macbeth stuff.
Okay, so
I like the
someone's
Lunas.
listening. Bob, Julio. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Anything you
not
want to
fun.
say to everyone before we close things out for you?
Good luck to my family who's playing a tournament tomorrow, and I can't wait to play this tournament next year. And thanks to Down South Disc for sponsoring me, and thanks to Dave and everybody who's running this tournament, and Terry for coming out, and all the media, and Joe Mez who's coming out tomorrow.
All right, super glad to do so. All right, pal. Well, good luck tomorrow. Looking forward to it. I can't say enough. Good luck.
Thank
All
you.
right, thanks. All right, guys.
I'm bringing you 3 pros at once.
Oh, geez. All right.
Kevin,
All right.
and Pat.
What's that?
They're coming together, all 3.
All right, you guys. Hey, guys. Everybody come on in best as you can. We're just going to have some mics here. I just want to check in with.
Still got your face on it.
We'll do our best to have everyone check in, and I'll see if I can maybe. This is how the pros do it. We're going to throw this mic right there. All right, guys.
What's
How we
up?
doing? Say hello to everyone. Who do we got here? Everyone introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Kevin Jones.
Patrick Brown.
Luke Humphreys.
All right. So you guys are all here. Next Gen Tour, of course, is our next generation of golfers. But what have you guys seen out there in the last couple of days? We saw a clinic and a demonstration, but what are some of the things you guys are seeing on the course?
I witnessed an ace and filmed it. That was pretty cool.
Just like that, you're getting film credits. No. So you got the Kyle Klein ace. He talked about how he had missed just a little bit low the round before.
Yep. Said he got medal. He's like, let's try to get some more medal, and then he just put it right in the middle.
That's easy.
Yeah.
All right. Kevin, what have you been seeing out there?
I've been seeing a couple 1070 rated rounds, I feel like. Some really good shooting from some kids around here, so yeah.
Yeah.
So just a moment ago, I was talking to Jake, wherever he went, 14-year-old.
Monster, 14.
So crazy.
A 14-year-old shot himself a 1021 rated round today. He said he bogeyed the last hole, and it seems like he's got things pretty dialed in. 14, Simeon Schultz, another youngster, Kyle Klein. This is truly the next generation, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it really is. It is. When I was in Europe, I got to see their youngsters, and I was kind of intimidated thinking that they were bringing it so hard. But to get here in the United States and see what we have as well in the schools and coming up, like, yeah, we're just as impressive. The Jake kid's huge.
Yeah.
Just wait till that
There's
kid's
always one of
7
those.
feet tall.
Now, Patrick, you're a little bit more on my age range, so we didn't quite have, an edge disc golf experience in our school system as that continues to grow and thrive. But you guys, a little bit younger, were you guys playing disc golf in school?
I personally did not have the Edge program in my school. Actually, right when I graduated school was about when they got into my school, and now a lot of my middle schools now have baskets in their playgrounds and stuff. So.
Have you guys had any experiences being able to go and work with some of the kids? I know we, have the kids disc golf on the pro tour, for instance, but have you guys been able to do anything at any schools or clinics or rec departments or anything?
Yeah, I went with Dustin and Zoe to a school in Oregon where they had put a course in, and then they were running a clinic/tournament, and I played with the principal of the school and taught her to play disc golf. It was, cool experience to see. They're doing a great work there, and I plan on following it up with something of my own at some point.
All right, awesome. Now, guys, we're talking about a $5,000 check potentially being written tomorrow. $3,500 for second, $2,500 for third. That's some serious money. What's the largest paycheck you've cashed, Patrick?
Ooh, probably like 2,500 or something. Not even near that. Half of it these kids are looking at getting for sure. That's even for a master's major.
That's a major championship style.
This is good stuff.
There,
yeah.
And you can see it out there in the way they're playing. And I mean, the kid that's leading right now, I followed him the last 2 rounds. I started following him, not even knowing who he was. I just saw his form and his technique, and I was like, yeah, he's on chase card right now, and I'll follow him. And yeah, I got to film an ace and just witness him shoot a 14 down pretty effortlessly. And he actually missed like one putt that was like 15 foot, just kind of nonchalant, just held on to it a little bit, you know what I mean, and got a little right-sidey. But definitely the kid's got. He's coming. He's a killer. He's going to be a killer. Like when I said it for Eagle about 5 years ago when I played with him at the Memorial, this kid's coming the same way, so he's going to be a next edition off this next generation.
Yeah, certainly. All right, guys. So we're pretty much wound down the season here in terms of big competitive tournaments for you guys to be in. What are you guys going to do, rapid fire? What are you guys going to do over the next couple months for your off season, if you even have one?
Yeah, for me, it's time to start adding shots, start training, and be more prepared for the next season.
Okay, Luke?
Yeah, I plan on working on my mental game almost entirely. I think.
You're out of control, Luke. You need to really work on
Simmer down.
Simmer down.
Yeah, I saw how good, people were on the Pro Tour this year, and it was mainly the difference was consistency, which comes down to the 10 inches in between your ears or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that'd be a wide head. Maybe.
It's pretty wide.
Yeah,
I think it's
whatever it is.
5
I think more energy needs to be put towards that. I think Eagle referenced it in Portland after he lost the lead and eventually lost the tournament, that he had a mental coach that he was talking to. And in all professional sports nowadays, these guys have mental coaches.
Guys are covered.
Yeah, that's
So what's the one thing you'll for sure do to address your mental game?
I'm gonna read every book Bob Rotella wrote.
Okay. Golf is not a game of perfect, right?
The author of that. Yeah, he's got a bunch of different books, but start there and then maybe get an individual to keep me accountable in certain exercises or whatever.
All right. PB, what off-season plan? Are you going to be? We'll wait for that. Are you going to be in? Are you going to be in Texas?
I'll definitely be in Austin. I'll probably go to Mexico to surf for a week. I've already started training because I ended the season with tendonitis of the elbow, so I had to drop a lot of events in order to get through USDGC and US Masters. I'd kind of acquired it at the Worlds, which is something I never want to have again. So I've been dealing with that, got x-rayed and everything and checked, MRI scanned out good. I'm not torn, so it's just a bunch of rehabilitation. So I've already been doing like mid and lower body in the gym for the last month, and trying to do a mix now that I can actually use my elbow. And so it's a full training session for me. Being 51, trying to keep up with these kids, you know what I'm saying? I gotta like do everything I have to double time, I feel. So I'm doing a lot of training, mental, like you said. I'm reading the same books, and just trying to get in practice and keep having fun, keep getting, be driven to get out there and keep going.
Yeah, we won't talk about how some of these kids cashing checks tomorrow could be your grandkids. All right, guys, we're gonna close. We got one last thing. Something else coming.
One last contestant.
All right, we're gonna have one more guy coming. Thank you, guys.
Terry.
Appreciate it. We're gonna just about close things out, but thank you, guys.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Appreciate it, guys. All right, we got one or two more. All right, come on in real quick, guys. All right, I'm gonna just set this right here, and hopefully audio remains good. All right, I'm sorry, who do we got?
Sean Alexander.
Sean?
Steven DeRoshi.
And Steven. All right, guys. I'm Terry. Sorry, apologize. I'm Terry. Where are you guys sitting in the tournament? Do I need to pull up my fancy stats, or do you know?
Ninth.
Sitting in ninth, okay.
Tied for fifth.
Okay, yeah, I remember, I think, reading both of your names a little bit earlier. Game plan tomorrow. We got a totally different course. What's your game plan tomorrow?
Kind of just stick to what I was kind of throwing at the last course, which was just stay in the fairway and don't really fare off of it because it can be really punishing. I found out today. So, it's just stay in the fairway for the most part. I threw one of the shots today. I think it was the one that went down the hill, the longest one. It was like eight.
Yep.
And I actually got a compliment from Yeti, which blew my mind. I was like, wow, he said you executed it perfectly. Threw it down the middle where I was wanting to. Everybody's trying to bomb the further shot down there. And I just was like, I just made my mistake earlier where I threw it in the fairway. And I just threw it down the fairway, threw the next shot out, threw it across the field, and then put it next to the basket and put it in. And
sounds easy that way.
It didn't. It was easy looking, but the way it felt going into it was like it shows that what the pros and other people have to deal with is the nerves of steel that you have to get. Like especially if you mess up on a putt, and it's for a few $1,000s.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to take it the most serious and just take your pill and just work for the next one. To me, it was all about moving forward today.
Okay.
Like that's really what it was because I went in blind. First of all, I'm from California, and I just decided to come down here because I qualified. And I only got to play Roy G, which is the course I'm playing tomorrow. So I went in blind for the other course, and I was actually one of the top 3 people who went under on the first round.
Yep.
It was me, Kyle Klein, and one other gentleman. I don't know if you remember or not, but and I am shooting down, and I was like, wow, I just tried to keep it on the fairway, and it actually paid off a lot. So.
Well, I like it. Now, and to close out that thought, you're rated 965. You shot 982, 968. 10-12 and 968. So you've played above your rating every round so far. So clearly what you're doing is working, and good luck tomorrow. All right. And then also, Sean, right?
Yep.
Tomorrow, what's your game plan? It looks like you're playing well above your rating all weekend so far.
Mostly just play my normal game. A lot of people tell me I run stuff, but honestly, I just try to go as far as I can. I just do my normal thing for the past 16 years. This is the first year of PDGA. I've been paying the $10 every year to play every tournament. And like he was talking about 8, Yeti came walking up behind us with Kevin, and out of nowhere, they told us we could throw. I threw, and I thought I hit somebody down by the basket on my second shot.
That was your card in front of us?
Yeah.
So we heard, oh,
yeah.
And we're like, wow, dude, that's actually really far. And then someone up on
I eagled that hole today.
Nice. Kyle Klein was just talking about it. He's I don't think they're going to be able to reach it. And he's like, it's like 400, 500 feet. And then we heard 4 from down out of nowhere, and he looks at me and goes, yeah, so you could do that. Yeah, it was you. That's actually cool.
And then like yesterday when we played the Vineyard, I eagled 8 there too.
Wow.
Yeah, in the air.
Eagles, no big deal.
Yeah,
Not
no,
a
it
problem out here
seems
for
like
this
it.
guy.
There was like 3 of them on the card with Kyle. It was
Yeah.
insane. He made it look effortless.
Yeah,
they were
well.
the
It was
card.
really cool.
They were the card.
I was
right
trying
there.
to keep up with him. I threw a few shots. I kept up with a few of them, but he just had like 50 to 100 more feet. That was just he just knew exactly what to do with his disc.
Well.
So it shows you being like. I mean, I think he might be sponsored as well.
Yeah, he's
So
sponsored by Discmania,
yeah,
so
I'm
he's
trying to
got
get
things.
trying to get dynamic disc down.
Okay.
The sheriff was like my best friend the whole weekend. Everybody kept asking me, what was that? And I'm like, oh, it was the sheriff.
Yeah.
Like, do you throw anything else? Because actually, it was just the most controllable disc in the wind down here.
Nah, there's no point in messing with it then. EMAC, if you're listening, all right.
That's just like me. I wanted to do a Nova, and all weekend it was just my ape and my katana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the whole
most
entire time.
trusting stuff you can throw. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to close things out. I apologize, but
It's
we
all
got to
good,
close
brother.
down. Give a quick shout out, anyone at home or friends
Hi,
or
Mom.
family.
Shout out
Mom.
to my other sponsor, Chain Bang Disc Golf. Thanks, guys. Support me. Get me all the way down here. Thanks, dude.
All right, there you
Thank
go.
you, everybody.
All right,
Got me
guys.
down here, too.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks. Good
Thanks,
luck
Larry.
tomorrow. Have fun out there.
Thanks. Have fun.
All right, shoot well. All right, guys. I'm going to start to shut things down here. It's been a pretty incredible night. We've had a lot of fun. Everyone is packing up, closing things down. I got to, of course, thank Johnny V. He gave me a little tech support to get things up and running. I thought I had it. I was just a button or two away from having it on lockdown, but I just can't say enough about how fun it is to come out here. Hopefully next time we have a little bit warmer weather, or they turn on one of the heat lamps for us. Tomorrow, as you guys have already now gathered, Roy G in the morning. They're going to play 18 holes for those that made the cut, which is most players. There's 18 holes, then there's a cut to the top 4. And I do want to quickly close it out by also mentioning what we're seeing right now in the top 4 in both the women and in the Pro Masters. Aria Castorita is in first place right now over her sister by 3 strokes. That's Melody. Liz Torek sitting in 3rd. Jennifer Rackham sitting in 4th place. So there's your women's division. And then Robert Tate is currently holding the lead over Jason Carter by 3 strokes. Robert Cummings the 3rd, who was your day 1 leader. He slipped up a little today. He gave some strokes back. He sits at +3, and Ray Hill, out of my, we'll say neck of the woods, out of the Midwest, Ray Hill sits in 4th place. So those are your top 4 positions on the Pro Master side. So I'd love to sit and talk with you guys. You know me, I'd do it for hours upon hours, but we're getting kicked out of the brewery. I didn't even put the shirts out. I didn't have enough beer. There's more work to be done. Let's put it that way. Please, if you could, go out, watch the recap from yesterday that I put together. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I feel like I got some good shots for you guys. That's already out on my YouTube channel. I've got a ton of post-production coming. That's for another day and another story. I don't want to gush all day about how amazing my last few trips have been, but you're going to see a ton of video from all of them coming up in the future. So I'm going to close things down. I got to press a button or two. Let's see how swiftly I can do it alone. Probably not. But thank you to Next Gen. Thank you to Cynthia, who I saw was out on the board. Dave and Cynthia adding a new one to their family this year, a little one, and the next generation of disc golfers just continues to grow and thrive. And of course, Next Gen Disc Golf as part of that. Also, thanks to Scott Reek for a little bit of the support tonight as I was trying to get things up and running. All right, guys. Love you. Appreciate it. And I think that's a good way to close things out. We're going to call it. I'm going to hit the end stream button. We'll see you next time when you don't step inside the smash box here. I don't know. It's the disc golf guy. We'll catch you next time. Wait. Now I got to press the button. It was a confirmation.